The first and last Wednesday is from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. And the rest of the Wednesday is from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Good morning and welcome to this fascinating program, Education at Midweek. Let's now join the Communication Division at the Ministry of Education to bring you these stops.
So you need education, you need education to take you higher. One for education, yeah. One for education. One for education.
Regarding the adding of the new teachers in this new budget request, those are some of the things that we have captured as a ministry. The need to add new teachers, because as I go around, it's not only the volunteer teachers that I'm hearing, but I'm hearing the lack of science teachers. And we know the importance of STEM education. Students have told me they have not had teachers from for almost 2 years in chemistry, in physics, some biology. This is not, it shouldn't be happening in the school system, especially at our public school level. People have voiced the concern about private schools charging exorbitant fees. If our public school system is where it needs to be, that issue will be addressed by itself. So the public school system must be improved and strengthened. We move year to year hoping that things will change. I'm not one that do plenty talking. I will let my work speak for itself. And I know the president, our president, His Excellency, President Joseph Numa Boakai, is committed to education. And he has not only spoken it in rhetoric or in speeches, he has acted upon it, as you will see from the draft budget, restricted to the education sector. But we know there's more to be done. If we must succeed, there's more to be done. We need to govern ourselves with integrity. The issue of integrity is lacking at every facet of our operations, and that has been some of the key reasons crippling our system. Everybody want, you either want 10% or you want the other one. Student will pay this, student will pay that. Oh, the student ain't like it. You have to teach the students how to accord themselves, and if you're not holding the students accountable for learning and teaching them not to be people of good integrity, they will just continue to do what we do, and we'll move year to year hoping that things will change.
Of course, the voice of the Minister of Education, Republic of Liberia. We want to just welcome you once again to the program, Education at Midweek. So today we have a public service announcement from the KRTTI in Kakatan, Magibi County. Says the administration of Kakatan Rural Teacher Training Institute, the KRTTI, is pleased to inform the public of its B certificate entrance and placement exams scheduled for Saturday, June 8, 2024. The entrance will be administered at the below centers according to county, beginning at 9 a.m. Bomi and Grand Cape Pond counties will be Sanjay Public School, Sanjay Grand Cape Pond County. 2, you have Bon County, Buffet Central High School, Bon County, Wapulu County Central High School, Bopulu City, Grand Bassa, River Sales counties, Yapat, Town Public School, Yakba Town, River Sales County, Grand Jida Counties, Rodrigo Matulato High School, Rodrigo City, Grand Crew, River G, Maryland Counties, Plebo Central High School, Plebo City, Maryland County, Lofa County, Zozo Rural Training Institute, ZRTTR, Feasible Town, Margibi and Mosurado Counties, Kakatan Rural Teacher Training Institute, KRTTI, Kakatan City, Nima County, JWPSN High School, Kansas City, Sano County, Motulato High School, Greenville City. The program is open to in-service and pre-service teachers, including high school graduates with WIAC certificate, major course areas. Applicants specialize in the B certificate program include language arts, mathematics, natural science, and social science. For more information, you can contact the following numbers: 0886 34 30 55, 0775 890 334, 0880 656 455. The last number here is 0776 071 894. This is signed by the registrar, B Certificate Program, KRTTI, Margibi County, Kakatan City. So please stay tuned for the program. Today we will be discussing something very fantastic, and our discussion today is centered around the wonderful the importance of the African Day of School Feeding. And we have our guest in the studio now. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Britton.
So could you kind of introduce yourself to the listening audience, and who are you at the Ministry of Education?
My name is Christian Nima Hubbard. I am the director of the school feeding program, the Ministry of Education, Republic of Liberia.
Now, we understand that very shortly on tomorrow, you will be celebrating the school feeding program at the Town House, Pinsville Town Hall. Could you tell more about the celebration on tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow is being actually scheduled for the celebration of the Africa Day of the School Feeding Program. The Africa Day of School Feeding Program is a decision that was reached by the heads of states and government during the 26th summit of the African Union in January 2016 to actually support homegrown school feeding. This is a continental celebration that is celebrated every year, March 1. A country is selected by the member state, and then everyone converge to be able to reflect on the school feeding program in Africa with specific reference to the homegrown school feeding program.
Okay, before you just continue, let's ask, how many partners are supporting your celebration that is slated tomorrow, and what are some of the essential part are they playing?
So tomorrow, like as I indicated initially, will be the celebration of the African Day of School Feeding Program. The ministry is collaborating with 4 partners in Liberia to provide nutrition and school meals for school children across the 15 counties. We are working with the World Food Program, Save the Children International, Mary's Mills Liberia, and Mexicops that actually came on board 6 months ago to join with the provision of school meals to school children in Liberia.
What specific criteria must schools meet to participate in the school feeding program?
Firstly, schools that are actually qualified according to the criteria to be able to enroll in the school feeding program with the assessment actually that is done before the admission of a school. Firstly, the school should be a registered school with the government of Liberia through the Ministry of Education. Secondly, the school should have an enrollment of 100 students and above. Thirdly, we have to actually look at the administration of the school. The school needs to have competent administration, the administrator, the principal, the vice principal, the registrar, the record keeper, and then the storeroom keeper. They have to be competent people, and then with the support of a competent PTA.
Okay.
Because they are responsible to, at the level of the school, manage the school feeding program.
So how many schools right now benefiting from the school feeding program under your jurisdiction?
So currently we are catering for 229,418 students.
Please do that.
229,000
Okay.
for the 481 students. And then we are providing meals in 1,206 schools in Liberia.
How many counties are you operating in?
For now, we are covering 11 of the 15 counties. We are working with our partners for WFP in Mosorado, Nimba, Bong, and Maryland counties. With Mary's Mills, we are working in Bapolu, Bombing, Cape Mount, Mosorado, and Bong County. With Save the Children International, we are working in Grand Bassa, Middlesex, Grand Jude, and Rural G counties. And then with Mercy Corps, we are working in Mosorado, Mangibi, Nimba, Bong, Lofa, Grand Bassa. Those are the counties we are covering for now. And then, however, not all of the schools in those counties are covered by school feeding. We are providing school meals for students from a pre-primary to primary, from pre-primary to primary, particularly in the public schools.
Okay. So right now, what type of food are you supplying? It says rice, buckwheat, or beans, and you name the type of food you are supplying for our future leaders.
So we are conducting two kinds of school feeding programs in Liberia. We are conducting the conventional school feeding program. That is, we are doing that with Save the Children and Mary's Mills. By conventional school feeding program, we mean that food commodities that are imported into the country, like rice, fortified rice, vegetable oil, display peas.
What do you call fortified rice?
Rice.
Parboiled rice?
Yes, parboiled rice.
The original parboiled rice.
The original parboiled rice that has been fortified. That is very good nutritionally for the student to consume. Okay, so
are you supplying buckwheat too?
No, we are not. So
do you provide all argo oil?
Yes, we provide
beans?
We provide split peas. In the conventional school feeding program.
Yeah, just tell us the items you provide.
Yeah, we provide split peas, rice, vegetable oil, and then with condiments. The condiments are provided by the PTA. It is their responsibility, and also they actually provide the cooks to be able to actually prepare the food for students to be served at school.
So how many times?
How many
times do you expect the kids to eat? 2 times, 3 times, or 5 times?
So we have the academic year for 9-10 months, and then we have the feeding days from Monday to Friday, and then the food is served to students every school day during lunch period.
What happened to schools that will serve the students maybe 2 times, and the rest of the school will be for they and the family?
That is why we actually developed the the school feeding policy, and then the school feeding code of conduct and recognition. There are policy provision that actually be able to do the investigation, and that will be able to actually penalize the school's authority that will mismanage, divert, or that will steal the food that actually the food commodities that do not belong to
So
them.
what are some of the penalties? Can you call some so that people, it will serve as a deterrent for others? Maybe by then you say we will find this, that. What are some of the penalties that will serve as a deterrent for others to, disengage in misusing the school feeding program or the rice or the split for themselves? Maybe some of the school will feed Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and the rest of the day they take it for their and the family, or they share, or they sell them and they put the money in their pocket. What action will you take as school feeding director in the Ministry of Education to curtail these kind of malpractices?
So whenever there is a case of food diversion, mismanagement, or food theft, a committee is constituted by the Ministry of Education through the county education office. We will have a representative from the county education office on the committee, the district education office on the committee, and then also we have our school feeding coordinators and focal persons, including the PTA. They will conduct the investigation, and once the school's administrator or an individual within the employ of the Ministry of Education is found guilty, if it is the principal will be removed from his position as a principal and be demoted, and also he or she will restitute the food commodities with the value of the cost of the food, and then that food will be replaced to the school.
Okay, so now people want to know what would be the real action from you or from the partners that is stipulated in the code of conduct that were approved by the Ministry of Education. Because we noticed that sometimes when the people are carrying the food, maybe Grand Jide, River Says, River G, Bon County, some of them will just sell some of the truck to other people, and nothing will come from there. They say, the government issue investigation is ongoing. What now have you, put on the book, so that you will read it to the public to say this will serve as a deterrent?
So that is why we are also working with the Ministry of Justice. When there is a situation of the kind, we actually contact the police to conduct the investigation, and then once that is done, those who are responsible will be penalized in line with the laws of
what is in line? What is in line?
Firstly, they have to actually their contract with our partner will be terminated.
Then it will go free.
Secondly, they will be incarcerated, and then they will be able to restitute the food. They will have to pay for the food.
Where would they be?
And thirdly, in line with the laws of Liberia, they will be penalized through the court system.
Good. Thank you. Now, what are some of your, policy put in place for monitoring and supervision? Because you can't just give food and then you don't monitor, you don't supervise the people. What are some of those things on board to serve as a guideline or regulations for monitoring or supervision for the school feeding program, that our children will have food to eat and remain in school?
So at the level of the school, we have the food management committee, and also we have the PTA. So they are at the level of the school responsible to manage the school feeding program and also monitor the school feeding program. At the level of the district, we have the district focal person for the Ministry of Education, including the district education officer. They are also responsible to do periodic monitoring at the school. Then at the level of the county, we have the county school feeding coordinator, and then with the partners that do periodic monitoring as well. We have 4 times the year joint monitoring visit with our partners to the school. Those visits are official, and then we go and do the monitoring, the assessment with a tool, and then from there we prepare a report, and then the decisions are taken after the joint monitoring visits at the schools.
Okay, let's now come to tomorrow program. Tomorrow program, what are those personalities that will be part of your program tomorrow? Could you name them or invite them publicly?
So we have invited the Minister of Agriculture to serve as the keynote speaker on the occasion of the 9th celebration of the Africa Day School Feeding Program. We have also invited the Minister of Health to serve as one of the speakers. She will actually be focusing on the nutrition aspect of the school feeding program. We also invited the Minister of Finance and Development Planning to be able to actually explain about the government commitment to the support of school feeding in Liberia. There are some dignitaries that are going to actually be attending the occasion.
Example?
They have actually committed to that, like the ambassador of China, the ambassador of America, the European Union, the World Bank representative, the UN coordinator, the ECOWAS representative in Liberia, as well as the AU, and then the other partners are going to be attending the program, and they are going to actually be making a special remark. And then the Minister of Education will actually make a special remark and certificate our partners that are actually working hard to support school feeding in Liberia.
Now, what do you hope to achieve from tomorrow's program? In fact, where are you stationing the program tomorrow?
The program will be held at the Painesville Hall.
What time?
At beginning at 10:30 will be the parade. We are actually bringing up to 400 students from schools across the country.
400 students in Freetown.
We are going to actually gather at the ELWA Junction, and the parade will begin from there at 10:30 a.m. And then at 11 o'clock a.m. we'll begin the program.
The indoor program.
Yes.
Now, okay, why are you parading for?
It's to showcase.
What kind of case?
The issue of nutrition and school feeding in Liberia.
Okay.
And also to have a reflection about the work that we are doing, to be able to, show to the public.
So you bring 400, you say 400 students?
Yes.
Are you giving them something to take home? Because I come in for school feeding program, and when I'm going home, I must be carrying maybe one bag of reso because of school feeding program.
I don't know.
So because if you say you feeding me in a school, maybe you give me half cup in a school to eat, and you brought me to march throughout the principal street of Monrovia to come to Springville, maybe you get more than 500 bags of reso. Each student will carry one.
I think Mr. Blinton.
Oh boy, that's true.
Right?
All the partners coming in and now small potato.
Yes, the food is served at the school.
Oh, so
the student actually receive the food at the school.
So what are you giving?
Tomorrow's program is to showcase.
Yeah. So what are they eating tomorrow?
About how the students are actually benefiting from the school feeding program. So tomorrow we have in the program items that will be a drama demonstrated in line with
school feeding. One now. I'm talking about the school feeding thing.
Yes.
The student marching, you said of marching from here to the junction, right?
Yes.
They're going to the town hall.
Yes.
So I'm saying after the program tomorrow, are the students going to benefit some food to carry home?
We don't actually
because our school feeding program.
We don't please allow me to explain myself.
Yeah, go ahead.
We don't actually provide food for students in that manner.
In one manner.
There will be tomorrow. There will be water, drinks, soft drink for students. There will be food at the program.
What type of food?
When the student return to their various schools, that Thursday, Friday, Thursday, those who will not actually come to the program, they will have food in the school. Friday, they will have food in the school, and then the following week, they will have food from Monday to Friday. Food is provided for students in the school. That is why it is called school feeding.
Yeah.
Okay. Tomorrow's program is to actually demonstrate and showcase what we do in our program.
Okay.
And that will be reflected in the demonstration of the students during the program when they are actually performing the drama, when they are saying the recitation, when they are doing the songs, and when they are reading the proclamation by the African Union.
Okay.
That will be a vivid and clear demonstration of what we do with school feeding in our schools.
So we stay with you before we get to our guest that just came in. We want to let you know you are listening to the program Education at Midweek, produced by the Ministry of Education. I'm J. Max Bitten, your presenter and producer. Please stay tuned with us as we go through. We just have a guest that just arrived. Of course, one of the partners, right? Is he one of the partners?
From Mary's Mills.
From Mary's Mills. Could you please introduce yourself to the listening audience? Because maybe you're trying to adjust yourself. Let's come back to you. You have 4 partners. You have 4 partners working with you. Mary's Mill, WFP, Save the Children, and of course you get Mercy Crops, right?
Yeah.
These are the 4 partners. Tomorrow, each of them will have different type of food.
Yes, tomorrow.
I'm so particular about the food.
There will be
feeding program.
Yes, there will be visibility
of different food. Right?
There will be visibility of the different kinds of food that we are actually providing for the students.
Okay.
There will be a space for the World Food Program.
Yeah.
We are actually implementing the homegrown school feeding program with the World Food Program.
Very good.
There will be a vivid demonstration of the farmers that have been invited. We also have we will also have showcasing with a visibility
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So we will also have showcasing with the visibility of the locally produced food, like the beans, the locally produced rice, the locally produced gari, the palm oil, food that are locally produced and that are actually prepared and served to students in the school. That would be
you say you prepare and serve to the student?
Food that are locally produced and prepared in the school.
Okay.
And provided to students at school.
Very good.
Fine. We will showcase that tomorrow through visibility.
Very good.
We'll also have that for the conventional school feeding program with Mary's Mills and then Save the Children International. Mercy Cups and WFP are actually providing the homegrown school feeding commodities prepared and served to students every school day.
Okay.
In our school.
So let's get to our Mary's Mill. Good morning and welcome to Education at Midweek.
Thank you.
Are you on? Come closer to the mic a little bit. Okay. Please introduce yourself, please.
Okay, thank you. I'm Charles G. Moba. I'm Charles G. Moba.
Yeah.
A program delivery manager at Mary's Mills, Liberia.
Okay.
Yeah, so as per the discussion,
Okay.
yes, we at Mary's Mills, like you heard from the director of school feeding, are into school feeding and in support of the sustainable development goal as well. We are also uh, doing local procurement of food. So maybe you will have to ask some questions, but just to jump in to where I started, uh, currently we have like 30% of our rice delivered to school being locally procured. So that is geared towards supporting the government achieve the sustainable development goal. And we have the local palm oil as well, and the beans where we say you will kill me. So
You
that kind
what?
of you will kill me, as we say in a local language. Yeah, and the children really go
Love
for
that.
it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and we are also looking forward in a not too distant future to add another commodity, uh, that is the power gari. So yeah.
Okay, now we want to know, Mary's Mills, tell us what type of school you supply. Is it only public school or both public and private schools?
Okay, thank you for that question. Currently, we are supplying both public school, private school, faith-based, and all of the schools that
Community school.
are community schools that are accredited by the Ministry of Education and that are on our program.
Okay. What do you supply them with? Is it rice or gari or what? Just be specific, the type of food and items you supply those schools under your jurisdiction.
Okay, so currently we are feeding rice, peas.
What type of rice?
And
Is it the country rice or
so
the
we
parboiled
have
rice?
so we have both. Like I said, now we have 30% of our rice being delivered to school being locally procured. They come from our local farmers.
Oh, okay.
So we have that rice in our schools, and we also have the parboiled rice.
Okay, the American
can
parboiled
call it.
rice.
Yes. So, but our target.
So
is
how many
also
days do you expect the school to feed the children?
5. If you have 5 school days in a week,
Yeah.
we allocate that 5 days feeding for the week completed. So every school day.
Okay,
they eat
what
rice.
are your criteria or qualification or recruiting schools to be part of Mary Mills feeding program? What are some of those things you look at?
Okay, the first thing is the school have to be accredited
By the Ministry of
Education. And then the next thing is the school have to pass through the EOs of that district
Okay.
to formally communicate to Mary's Mills that they want to join the program. And after that, there could be assessment done at that school to ensure that the facilities
you have a storeroom.
Yeah, you have storeroom, you have
wash
kitchen,
bin, you have cook.
Taking into consideration all of those
Okay.
factors. And then we can have you on hold just in case we have a need for expansion or gap filling in areas where we already operate and those schools are available. We can have them on board because we have already assessed them, and so we know we can work with them.
What is Mary's Mill objective of the school feeding program? Because you are both in public and private school. What do you want to achieve?
Okay, so the overall goal of Mary's Mill is to ensure that every child receive one daily nutritious meal in the place of education. But more to that, we are gearing towards or in at increasing enrollment, attendance, retention of students in school, and progression.
Do you have any number of students to qualify you to be part of your school feeding program? Maybe you say, okay, the only way you are qualified to be part of the school feeding program when you have 300 students or 200 students or 150 students. What are those number of students you need to have before you are qualified to be part of your school feeding program?
So if you look at Mary's Mills mission, vision, and value, you understand that we target the poorest of poor communities to be able to make that impact in the life of children and vis-a-vis parents of those children in those communities. So with that, we don't have a benchmark that say you need to have about 100 or 150 students, because we are going down all the way into those hard to reach areas, and most of those places are now populated. So to see a school there, we even have schools with like 16 or enrollment as we speak, and they are still on the feeding program. But
so how many
times we hope that the feeding program can increase the enrollment so that all of the students or school-age children can be able to be motivated to.
Okay, so how many times do you supply a school in a year time? Twice or
so currently we are doing it per marking period, so it's 6 times.
So every marking period you supply?
Yes, every marking period.
Very good.
And hopefully next year we will be going to monthly. So when we start to do monthly, that might change.
So you might go you'll be supplying 12 times a year.
Like 10 times.
10 times a year.
Monthly,
yeah. Okay. Very good. So let's come to the director. Mr. Director, you are so serious. you got 2 minutes because we want to open the line to take 5 calls. Now, what do you want to showcase for tomorrow program? I mean, you already have people who are working and all the things like that. Are you going to displace bag or rice? Are you going to displace beans? Because you're going to showcase now, or you're going to displace the soup, cassava leaf, GB, fufu? What are you going to displace tomorrow? What are you going to showcase for tomorrow?
So the program, like as I indicated, is a continental program.
Yes.
The continent of Africa is in a transition from conventional school feeding program to homegrown school feeding program. So Liberia is part of Africa.
Yeah.
And to be able to actually provide locally produced food for students is to be able to transition with the decision of the African Union.
Yeah.
So that being said, we are now focusing on, in Liberia, homegrown school feeding program as a means or as a mode to sustain the school feeding program in Liberia.
Yeah, I'm saying, what are you showcasing tomorrow?
Tomorrow, we are going to actually showcase
what?
That Liberia needs to do more with the homegrown school feeding program. Like he rightly said, the policy of the government of Liberia through the Ministry of Education is to be able to encourage our partners to be able to get involved with the homegrown school feeding program.
So what are you showcasing tomorrow?
Currently, Mary's Mills is actually providing, is procuring 30% of the food commodities.
We know that
there are just weight that are provided for provided for students.
What are you showcasing tomorrow?
Tomorrow we are showcasing that Liberia is ready to be able to actually move on with the homegrown school feeding program, and then we see it.
Do you have a T-shirt identification?
Tomorrow we have printed hats, we have printed T-shirts, we have banners to be able to actually celebrate the occasion with our students, with our partners, and with Liberia.
Do you have the best school that you'll be celebrating?
So
the school feeding program, the appropriate day, you want to honor them tomorrow?
So tomorrow we'll be honoring and awarding our best schools.
Very good. Now let's come
and
how much, when it comes to dollar and cent, how much the whole school feeding program costs in the Republic of Liberia on your jurisdiction?
So annually, I mean, with all of what actually have been provided for our partners, we are actually annually providing around 10.5 million.
10.5 million
for school feeding with all of our partners.
Okay, so what's the difference between conventional school feeding and homegrown school feeding?
So conventional school feeding program consists of imported food commodities.
Okay.
So for homegrown,
it's local
and food commodities that are produced in our country by our farmers, and then the essence of that is to actually provide income
Okay.
for our local
So 077
farmers.
21 21 97 is the number to call this morning. You have a question for the director of school feeding and the Mirrored News representation here. 077. We got 5 callers here this morning, and then they will give their remark. We leave. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, firstly, it's a pleasure joining on your platform. My name is Douglas, and I'm joining you from Europe, from a comfort zone at Joburg here, Pinter.
Let's hear you.
Okay, thank you so much. I do follow all of your delivery rules with that of your book, book questions. But then my question is due for 1 or 2 issues I have to do feeding program.
Example?
I was privileged to teach in a school in Basel, for PCS, Piano Community School.
Mm-hmm.
And there is this full feeding program that there. I don't know what is specifically in their range, or it could be another different program. But then the level of the bulk wheat, not really bulk wheat, but the rice and that of the beans, the split tea, and the alcohol, or the USA alcohol that in Virginia, is a regular rice status meal that is supplied on a daily basis, and that they cook on a daily basis. To some extent that the food, being of its regularity, every day that is being obeyed, is being alcohol, water, and food all like that.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So let's take another one. Good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, I'm Joseph Kisao calling from Mount Berkeley.
Yeah, what's your take on this program, school feeding program?
Yeah, firstly, let me thank the brother in the studio there for the program. But I have a serious concern. In the 90s, while we were in school, we were part of the student council.
Mm-hmm.
And the school used to sell the children food, the students food.
Okay.
And then, because of that, they canceled even the election. But then, I want to ask our brother, what mechanism are they putting in place that the administration of schools will not sell the students food?
Good.
And what they are doing?
Let's take this one. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Brian Britton, and good morning to your studio guests.
Let's hear you, my brother, on school feeding this morning.
My name is Abraham T. Sakama, principal of Christ Mission School System, right beyond the Afro Hospital.
Let's hear you.
Thank you very much. I want to know from your guests, but first, thank you for the program. It's laudable. That is what dropping most of our students and carrying them away into things that they don't need to do. Okay. They are not there from home, looking at the parents' capacity to take care of them. The economic situation in the country contributes to that. But let me ask specific questions. My number one question is, will this include all schools, meaning both private, public, faith-based schools? Number two, what capacity his organization has to monitor? Because what happens in this country, sometimes some of the
we'll talk about monitoring. Good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and where you calling from, please?
This is Bob Cato, the Stability Director General for Administration at the National Food Assistance Agency.
Let's hear you.
Let me say thanks to the team that is in studio for the work that has been done. And we as an institution responsible for food assistance programs across the country, the government institution, as a matter of fact, we are going to be part of that program tomorrow. Though we have not received any official invitation, but we will be there tomorrow to support their efforts and seek collaborative efforts so that we can do it as one government.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's take this one. The last caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and where you calling from, please? We are on school feeding this morning. Let's go now. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Adede.
Yes, my name is M. Klesu. I'm calling from Grand Crew County, Every City.
Grand Crew. How is Grand Crew this morning?
Yeah, Grand Crew is very fine. The part of here is fine.
Okay, we're talking about school feeding program this morning.
Yes, okay. I listened to your studio. I want to appreciate this morning. What you have said. This thing I was happening like before. It can encourage our children to go to school. It is true, not only the matter of eating, but they will also go to learn what they want there for. So I appreciate it that you should continue should not get tired as it started, how it should end it, so that tomorrow or like your future will be benefited. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We stopped the faculty finish. All right, let's go to Mary News. You have some concern. Could you address that in just 2 minutes? And he will take the next 2 minutes.
Okay, yeah. So I came in late.
Yeah, the question now just
I
posted.
will just
address.
yeah. So
you got 2 minutes.
Yeah, we have this issue. Like one of the callers asked about the selling of food.
Yeah.
In school. That's one of the challenges that we have, ranging from government assigned teacher or principal in charge of a school, and other schools are run by volunteers. So we are feeding our stable food rice.
Okay.
And so because of that, people are tempted to always go about taking food. But with the Ministry of Education,
what do you do?
Yes, with the Ministry of Education support, usually we have them on record. We
so you don't have no monitoring team too?
We do, and we have a very robust monitoring team.
So what do you do when people are caught?
So for us, the action we take is firstly to record the quantity of food I've gotten.
Then the children will be affected. Then the children will be affected.
And then we report this, having the ministry in copy, so that they can be able to take action on their staff while we continue to support the school.
So you also ask whether
food.
You also ask whether you are supporting private school, faith-based school, and community school.
Yes. So we are, like I said in my intro, that we are supporting all of those schools on the feeding program as they are accredited by the ministry.
Okay.
So, but I just want to say that actions are taken, and from the ministry angle, some school administrators are suspended at time, and they are asked to repay for the food or lost items.
Okay.
And from
Thank
our
you very
end,
much.
we suspend those.
Let's come to the director. 2 minutes.
So we are actually concerned about the counties without school feeding, and Grand Crew is one of the counties. We are working with the World Food Program to be able to source funding and to actually expand to the counties.
Okay.
Currently, we are actually putting the list of schools and the enrollment together for submission to the DFP to be able to source funding, to be able to expand to those counties.
So when are you hoping to cover the entire 15 counties?
It's all the matter of funding.
So do you have any plan?
We have a plan. I mean, in Liberia, the student population is about 1.5 million.
Okay.
And then we are hopeful that by 2025, we want to cover at least 40% of the student population with the sourcing of funding and the availability of it.
Okay. Your final message.
We also
your final message.
Okay, so I want to actually thank our partners, the World Food Program, Mary's Meal Liberia, Save the Children International, and Mercy Corps for the support to quality education in our country. We want to thank everyone, the county school feeding and the county school feeding coordinator, the district focal person, the county education officer and district education officer. We want to thank all of them who are actually providing support to ensure that the school feeding program in Liberia is successfully implemented.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Harbour, for being very, very kind this morning to operate in your unique time frame. Thank you to Mary's Meal representation for coming to join us while the program was already in progress. To all of you listening, thanks a million for your listening role this beautiful Wednesday morning. This is the program Education at Midweek. Education at Midweek is designed by the Communication Division of the Ministry of Education and approved by the senior management team under the direct supervision of Dr. Jasso Madie Jala, Minister of Education, Republic of Liberia. Until next time, same station. My name is